How's it going, guys? This is Ideas of Ice and Fire, and before you say anything, I know this video is late, but I've been at JordanCon all weekend, interacting with fans and nerds of all sorts, so I get an excuse. Alright, first question. How can Viserion be killed now? There's a very small chance. There are no weapons like what Bran had. Can he be killed by actual dragon fire? And what effect will the ice fire Viserion spews have on humans? Can it kill the dragons? Does it freeze anything? Well, this is kind of similar to a question that I got before, but it's not so similar because you're asking me specifically, can Viserion be killed and what can kill him? I think that dragon fire will definitely be able to harm the undead Viserion. For sure, because he's a white. He's a dragon, but he's a white dragon. And since we know that fire can kill the normal whites, we should be able to assume that fire can also kill and severely damage Viserion. Now, as far as what his effect, the blue stuff that he's spewing will have on humans, is it ice, is it fire? We've discussed this on this channel several times. Bottom line is, we don't necessarily know. Judging by what we saw at the wall, it looks like it was more concussive than ice or fire. It wasn't necessarily melting the wall to me. It just looks like it was hitting it really hard. Think Cyclops in X-Men. His blasts are not lasers like in the movies, but in the comics they're concussive, so they strike with tremendous force. It could be that, or it could actually be ice, and it's also concussive ice, because the blast of the other dragons, the living ones, is also concussive, because remember in season 5 or 6, I believe, when Daenerys takes Marine back, the dragon fire actually breaks the ship. It destroys the ship with the force that it strikes it with. So we can only assume that even if it's ice, breath, or whatever, that it also is concussive. Now, ice dragons are a thing within the lore of A Song of Ice and Fire, so it would be cool to see some ice breath. I just want to say that. But then I think that it would kind of make less sense if it actually is like freezing fire or whatever, because you attack the wall with something that freezes, but then it's also concussive, so it kind of gives it a break. But I guess in this next episode, when we get the dragon, they'll give us something definitive, or maybe they won't. Maybe they just won't like give us anything that clears it up, but hopefully we'll get some answers here. Next question. Great video, mate. I have a question though. Why did you say Grey Worm couldn't live on Naath because butterflies would make him sick and kill him? I've been rereading the books and I haven't come across this detail yet. Well, I suggest you pick up The World of Ice and Fire, is I think where I read this, and there might be some stuff in the greater series as a whole too, but definitely in The World of Ice and Fire, there is mention that the people of Naath have lived there so long that they've become adapted to the poisonous butterflies. So the butterflies there don't harm them, but anyone from outside of Naath that visits them and stays for too long gets very sick from the butterflies. And so check out The World of Ice and Fire, flip through some of the sections about places in the Far East, and it should be there. So that's where that comes from, essentially. Next question. What do you foresee Melisandre's role in the War for the Dawn being? Oh, this is a very good, juicy question. Alright, so Melisandre said last season, I'm doomed to die in this strange country, but first I'm going to Volantis. Why is she going to Volantis? Well, if she knows that they're about to fight the Great Other, essentially, even if it's not actually the Great Other, it's basically the Great Other from their religion. So, like, if she recognizes that threat, I mean, that's like the whole point of their entire religion, like this dualistic battle that goes on eternally. And so I would imagine that she's going to Volantis to be like, hey, I need some magical help, and that she would like maybe bring some red priests along and they can come back, and you know, they've got the fire magic stuff. I'm sure they could do something to fight the whites and the White Walkers. So I basically see Melisandre coming in and giving us some kind of magical intervention. Like when it's very low and it doesn't seem like there's very much hope, I could see Melisandre popping back up with her maybe Red Priest companions and them bringing the fiery hands of R'hllor. I think that'd be really cool. And then it would also kind of give Melisandre a redemption to, I don't know, channel enough energy that it kills her or something. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but definitely I'm seeing something that's kind of sacrificial. Definitely she's coming in, she's doing what she needs to do, she's redeeming herself, and then she's dying, and she's finally allowed to die, because Melisandre is a character that's wanted to die for so long now, it seems like. And when she took off that ruby in season 5, she just looked so tired. Like, I've been doing this for so long, I've been fighting for so long, I'm just ready to rest. And yeah, I think it's a good way to go out, fighting and saving the world, I think. So yeah, for Melisandre, I'm super excited about that. Next question. Do you think what Bran said to Jaime about what makes you think there will be an afterwards meant Jaime is going to die, or that Bran is going to die, or something else? Also, I find it very suspicious that Bran wants to lure the Night King to the Godswood. What do you think he has planned? Oh, okay. I see. I know. At least I don't know, but I hope. I feel like it would be disappointing if Bran doesn't have some secret plan, because I very, very much get the sense that Bran is hiding stuff from everybody. He's not letting them all know exactly what is going to go down or what has to go down. Now, when Bran said, what makes you think there will be an afterwards? I don't know if that necessarily really meant anything. That was just maybe there to kind of add some uncertainty to the whole situation. Now, the thing is that I always think about with Bran dying, I don't think Bran is going to die. I don't. He could, but I'd be wrong. But I don't think he's going to die. I just remember that chapter so vividly from A Game of Thrones, and with all the George R. Martin talk about like the books should be similar to the show in like those main beats. When it comes to Bran, I remember Bloodraven saying to him, "This is why you must live." When in the beginning book, when Bran falls out of the tower, he's visited by the three-eyed crow, not the three-eyed raven. He's visited by the three-eyed crow in the book. And he shows Bran the land of always winter, the home of the others. And Bran sees it and he cries. It's so terrible whatever he's saying that he cries. And his tears freeze upon his cheeks. And then the raven says to him, "This is why you must live." Right? And so if my dear friend LML's theory about burning the werewood net is true, if the werewood net goes up in flames, then Bran, like they say in the show, is the memory of all mankind, and he must live in order to preserve their past. And I also could see an ending, like maybe the werewoods all get destroyed somehow, and then there's the planting of a new werewood tree at the end, and the trees could regrow, and then Bran would be allowed to die because he's transferred that memory back into the trees. Because in the book it said several times that the trees remember but men forget. And even if Bran has all these memories, he is not immortal. He is not immortal. He is moved by the river of time, just as all men are moved by the river of time. But the werewood is still. The werewood remains constant in the river of time. Alright, next question. Is it weird that Arya, as you say, Gilly's baby was still a baby by season 8, but when I look on the wiki it says she's 18. I feel like they just upped her age, but yeah, it was odd for me as well. But you know what the thing is? People are so stupid about this, and people want to politicize everything. Like if you had a problem with Arya kissing Gendry, then you're some kind of a sexist or something because you didn't have a problem with her killing people. But if you've ever watched my channel, then you know I complained about her gratuitously killing people this entire time. You know, it's stupid. It's stupid that people want to politicize this and make it about misogyny and all that, when really, all that it is the fact that they literally tied down Maisie Williams' breast throughout the entire show to make her look young. And then all of a sudden, because you wanted to get laid in the last season, it's like, oh, she's 18 now, and if you complain about it, you're some kind of immoral piece of shit. Well, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you and your lazy writing Game of Thrones people. Fuck you people that want to judge people because they feel uncomfortable watching someone that was literally like a 10-year-old child when the show started, like get banged by a guy that was an adult when the show started. Are you kidding me? And we're wrong for feeling weirded out by this? So yeah, it was just like lazy. And then yeah, Gilly's baby looks a little bit older this season, but shit, he was a baby last season, so don't play with me. Don't miss me with the BS is what I'm trying to say with this shit. I mean, people want to get on Twitter with their pretentious little drivel and be like, if you have a problem with Arya kissing Gendry, but you don't have a problem with her killing all the Freys, then you need to reevaluate your life choices. First of all, it's a TV show. And second of all, the videos that I have on Arya in Season 7 have hundreds of thousands of views, and hundreds upon hundreds of people complaining about this. Newsflash, everyone that disagrees with you isn't a terrible person, and Arya and Gendry is cringy. Bye-bye. Next, and final question. I cried during Brienne getting knighted too. Would you consider that to be the happiest moment in Thrones? It's certainly mine. And if you've been following this channel for a really long time, then you know that I love Brienne. In my video about Brienne specifically, I say that my ultimate wish is for her to become a knight. And it finally happened, and for me, that was one of the happiest moments in Game of Thrones ever, for sure. It's just like a wholesome, happy moment, the quiet before the storm, and I'm so sad because I feel like Brienne is gonna die. Oh, after seeing it, I feel like she's definitely gone in this episode tonight. It's gonna be tough, but yeah, that was a great happy moment, and that episode was a lot better than some of you guys are saying it. Some of you guys are like, "Oh, Quinn, you're being too nice about this episode," but I actually think that was a decent episode. But now this next episode, it has to give me what I need. It does. Otherwise, we'll see. You guys will see the review in several hours. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace out.